Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the broadcast, everybody. It is Wednesday, and what happens on Wednesdays here at GT45 Gaming, ladies and gentlemen? Well, DMJ Vroom happens, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are here with round 6 of our Weapon of Choice North America Division Series here, and we are at Tokyo. So, we all know. Every one of us that races here at Tokyo all knows that this is going to be a tough race tonight for all the drivers on track. It's narrow, it's fast, and there's lots of walls. Walls mean penalties, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that being said, let us get you a few little important, cool little details here that are thrown together for you guys here as you see on screen. So, again, this is Season 1 of Weapon of Choice. This is Round 6. It's presented by GT45 Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, and brought to us by DMJ Vroom and their partners at LWR Design, Fanatec, and GT Omega Racing. And of course, like always, ladies and gentlemen, we are fundraising for MacMillan Cancer Support here this evening, as we always do with our DMJ Vroom broadcasts, as they have been supporting MacMillan Cancer Support right since their inception and have done a fantastic job at raising a very great amount of money so far for MacMillan Cancer Support. So we do appreciate everybody's support, everybody who's donated. Thank you so much. You're absolute legends. We love you so much, and keep spreading the word out there. Do not forget to like and share this out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the viewers in here. Let's get the fans in here. Let's get a good old-fashioned GT Sport race going on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, we are on GT Sport. The series is designed for GT Sport, so it is going to be finished on GT Sport, as we stated when we had our first round this year. So, with that being said, we are in Japan today, and the circuit length is 6.56 kilometers long, ladies and gentlemen, or 4.08 miles. The turns left and right on track are a total of 15. It is a city track, and tarmac is the surface on track here today, and it does appear in Gran Turismo Sport with an update, and it will appear, or I guess now it does appear in Gran Turismo 7. So that is where we're at as far as where our race is going tonight. We're just getting everybody in. They're doing a driver's briefing right now, ladies and gentlemen. I was just in there before I went live. I just popped out to see what's going on. Do my thing. Bring you guys an awesome race like we always do week in and week out. So, let us come on over to this beautiful little butte right here and give you guys some details on our race today here. So our maximum tire rating is the soft tire, and of course the minimum tire rating is the racing hard tire, ladies and gentlemen, as it is always every week. There's always a mandatory tire that the drivers are required to use, and beyond that point they are able to use whatever they want. So cars do have stock settings, so these drivers do have a specific weight and a power that they have to match to the manufacturer of car they're driving, whether it be the Ferrari, the McLaren, or the Lamborghini Huracan. They have a very specific power and weight setting that they have to run for each car, and that's to keep the cars even across the field. So, of course, I do check that before we allow them to continue on with the race, and which I will check quite shortly here, as a matter of fact, actually. The tire wear is at 6 times, and our fuel is at 4 times, as always, ladies and gentlemen, which makes it very interesting as far as strategy goes for these races. Boost is off. The grid is a false start with grid check. Grid start with false check, pardon me. Slipstream is set to real. Mechanical damage is set to heavy. These drivers start with a full tank of fuel. They have no driving aids with the exception of anti-lock braking and traction control system. The grip reduced in wet or track edge conditions is real. The overtaking system is default. And drivers must use the required mandatory tire for a minimum of at least a full lap. So that means 1 full lap around the circuit, ladies and gentlemen. So the drivers cannot take the tires, pit, come out of the pit lane, drive around, pit right away, and change the tire. That will not count for their tire lap. They have to go around one more time around, and then they can come in and pit after that's been done. So they do have to physically cross the start-finish line with that tire, basically, in order for that to count as their mandatory tire. So, and pit lane does not open until lap 5 begins. So, drivers cannot pit to get off that hard tire if they choose to start on the hard tire right away either. So again, this is round 6 of season 1, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop. It is 6:50 in the morning here in Japan, and these drivers are required to run the racing hard tire today. And again, the pit window opens at the beginning of lap 5. So let's go see what's going on track here, shall we? I'm just going to make sure my settings are all good. All right, here we are. Ooh. And we got Super Ninja just chilling in the wall here, hanging out. So let's move on down the grid as he's going to probably just pop off the racetrack here. So we do have Cardierwes currently tied for first overall in the standings, moving into round 6 with GVG Jake on track here, running some laps. Ninja was just chilling there. We have Arctic Wolf here in 3rd place in that Ferrari. We've got GVG Jake in his McLaren. We have Spec 1 on track this week, as he is back with us this week, running his McLaren as well. We have Steel Reeves here in that beautiful Ferrari. We've got Tattooed Freak rocking and rolling in his Ferrari. Doing a little burnout action there. We got my Cabbages as well with Apex Racing in his Ferrari. Some of these guys are doing a little bit of start practice. Egon is coming around the corner there as we see Cabbages on the inside part of the racetrack there. We have Kilt sitting currently in 10th there. Kilt looking awesome as always on track. He's always just changing something up a little bit on that car to just make it different each week. We love that. And then we have Ninja Kid. So Ninja Kid is going to be in this evening. Ninja Kid is called in as a reserve driver for Vegas Paul, who was unable to make the race this evening due to work obligations. So Ninja Kid is stepping in for Vegas Paul tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. All right, we'll get this right, I swear. I swear. So yeah, I'm just going through the field, see who we've missed here. I think we've got everybody. We're still missing how many drivers here? We got Dubs on track as well. He's now just waiting. Cabbages is also waiting. Badass here on track as well. I'm not seeing Nolander as of yet. He may or may not make it into the race today. We left that up to him. So all the drivers are, as you can see, starting to line up here on the start-finish line. And there is a reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, and we will explain more in just a moment. I'm just kind of waiting to see if everybody's going to follow suit. Cardier's going to have to come back around. Spec's going to have to come around. Steele's going to have to come around. Alright, so what's happening tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is a member of the GT45 gaming community has reached out to the community as a whole, and myself, and has lost a very close personal friend of his, most recently in the last few days here. And what we're going to do this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to do a lap around the track before we start this qualifying and race tonight to remember this young man's best friend, and to give a moment of silence, as we always try to do for our community and our fallen members. So you can see the drivers are all starting to line up here. Kilt coming in a little hot, and we're just waiting on Cardier and Ninja. May or may not know what's happening here yet, because I don't know if Cardier made the driver's briefing, but that's all right. Damn Make Games, hey, do you have Twitch? I do. GT45 Gaming on Twitch is what the page would be under. Alright, so our drivers are lining up here. Cardier's a smart gentleman, he'll figure this out real quick. Alright, so we're doing a little lap of honor here to start off, and then we'll have a qualifier start right after, and then we'll kick right into the race, ladies and gentlemen. So all the settings are good. Cardier's just chilling. He's probably a little confused what's happening here. We're just doing a lap of honor, Cardier, my guys, so just bear with here. I think these guys are about ready to go. We're on the top of the hour here, so we would imagine these guys are going to start moving along here anytime. I think we're just waiting for one car. All right, here we're off, ladies and gentlemen. So looks like we're going to have Arctic Wolf, Tattooed Freak, pardon me, up front here with Jake. And they're going to lead this off. So we're gonna trail behind so we can see all the cars, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, as we're coming through Tokyo here. And this is just for remembrance to say goodbye to fallen members. Good luck, drivers. Good racing. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Put that light atmosphere as well. Side, as well as all the groups of drivers in all the series, but taking just an extra couple of minutes out of their night to sympathize with the fallen, with a fellow community member who's struggling with the loss of his friend, and of course our prayers and our condolences go to the family of the young man who's passed as well, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just going to stay quiet here for the rest of this lap. Thank you very much. It's alright, Dubs. You're alright, buddy. You're alright. Don't worry about it, brother. You're good, you're good. You're good. Alright, so we're coming around the final sector of the track here, ladies and gentlemen. And, Ibar, I hope you're watching, brother. This is for you and your friend. And, we'll be kicking this race off shortly here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Thank you for taking the time with us to honor another fallen brother within our community. And, I hope you guys enjoy the broadcast this evening. Alright, so the guys are just having some fun here now. They'll blow some donuts, you know, they do all that great stuff. I'm trying to fix the volume on the alerts. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so we should be starting qualifying here anytime now. Not sure what the holdup is here. But yeah, qualifying will be starting right away. Everything's good to go. We are good to go, good to go, good to go. Good luck to everybody. Have a good one. Thank you. Much love, Paul. Much love. It's going to be a great race. These guys put on a fantastic show, ladies and gentlemen, so I hope you enjoy it. I apologize for the alerts. Let's see if we can shut them down a little bit, maybe. I got it. Timmy, what's up, Cardier? How you doing, brother? Cardier coming in with that leg. Thanks, Cardier. Alright, guys, good luck. I hope all the drivers have a fantastic race tonight. Big shout out to Egon, our host for the evening, as usual. And, yeah. Oh, are we missing a driver? Who did we lose, ladies and gentlemen? Who did we lose? I think they're waiting for one of the drivers to reset, is what's happening here. It looks like it's Arctic. Alright, so Nolander has just made it into the race, so he has opted to actually come into the race. So we have 14 of 15 of our drivers on track here in round 6, which is massively impressive, ladies and gentlemen, with the release of Gran Turismo 7 most recently. I wasn't actually sure how many of the drivers were going to make it on track tonight, as, you know, everybody's been grinding away, so fantastic to see. And you know what, we got a great group here. These guys have been racing hard all season long. The points are close. So, expect a heck of a race tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have Ninja Kid on track here this evening as well. So, yeah, you guys are getting a look at a couple of different drivers here on track this evening. We're going to let all the drivers get out on track so we quit having pit glitch or spectator glitch issues here. Let's try to find which driver is up front here. Looks like Egon got out first. Alright, so we'll hang out with Egon here while these guys come out on their out lap here in qualifying. We do have a 15-minute qualifier, ladies and gentlemen. So lots of time for these drivers to perfect their craft here around Tokyo. Get used to driving with so many cars on track as well. It's oh, relax, Dubs. Dubs. You stay out of chat, Dubs. Alright, let me catch up with some comments here. We got some checkered flags coming in from Joe. I am on Twitch. Yes, I am on Twitch as well. I don't stream on Twitch very often. As we got contact between Nolander and Egon there. So, not sure what happened there. I think Nolander may, or Egon, I'm not sure what happened there. We can't live replay because it's just qualifying, so. Starting qual in 2 minutes. Good luck to everybody. Should be a good one. Timmy! Just made it home, fellas. No worries, Nolanders. Take it easy, brother. Take it easy. You're all good. You all good. Don't overdo yourself, my guy. For real, man. Shouldn't even be on track right now. What a trooper this guy is, I tell you. So penalties are definitely going to play a factor in qualifying and the race. We can see a couple of Apex drivers sitting pretty close to each other here, so maybe a little bit of strategy going on there for some better qualifying times. Ninja's cruising here. We got Arctic and Badass also working together here, potentially, as we see the other two Apex racing members also were one behind another here on track as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see Arctic Wolf losing Badass just a little bit there, but see if they help each other get some faster times and move up that grid. We got Ninja Kid bleeding off a penalty there, and now Dub's coming around. The drivers will space themselves out. Cardier is a very, very patient qualifier. He's very fun to watch, actually. And Nolanders, you got lots of time, Nolan. You got lots of time, brother. No rush. Hard times required, my guy. Yeah, for sure, Spec. Alright, guys. I just got bounced out as per request. Just give me 1 second. I did check everybody's settings beforehand, but I might not have caught everybody. Everybody's looking up the par here, I think. 407, 401, 407, 401, 29. You're good, Spec, brother. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. You good, guy. You're good, you're good, you're good. Everybody's good. I thought so. I did check ahead of time, so. Alright. You feeling too slow or what, Spec? What's going on? Are you feeling too fast? No, you're good. Everybody's set properly. Alright, so Apex Badass is currently sitting in pole position at the moment. Quite a bit ahead of Super Ninja with 2 seconds above Super Ninja here, currently sitting P2. Just touching that wall there. Those ones are usually okay. You usually get away with those ones. It's the big wall contact, as you can see, gives you them guys right there. Now, why would you have penalties on in a race on Tokyo during a league race, you may ask? Well, because you gotta. The drivers know how to race, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, really, when it comes to Tokyo and an endurance race, it requires a lot of patience. Just a lot of patience. So, we'll have to see if the drivers are driving on track, of course, with a lot of patience. It's going to be tough because you might come up to guys that maybe are a little bit slower than your pace at the time. But it's just a narrow racetrack. There's a lot of walls. And, you know, you just got to take advantage of your opportunities when they're there. And if you stay patient, you should keep yourself out of trouble here. And dirty air, obviously, also going to play a factor in this race because dirty air does factor into how the car's performance. All those things handled coming into a braking corner, acceleration, the whole 9 yards, deceleration. So there's lots of things to factor into the race here today. And, you know, there may be a few of these guys that haven't had a chance to practice either. So, again, GT7 just released on the weekend, so I know lots of guys have been grinding hard. So, We'll see very quickly who's practiced and who hasn't as we progress here tonight. So Egon's now moved up into P2 here in his McLaren, just knocking a few 7/10 of a second off Badass's time there. So Egon having a really good time there. Mike Cabbages is only 3/10 of a second off of Egon there as well, with Ninja 3/10 behind in fourth. And I mean, a lot of these drivers are probably just struggling with penalties off the walls, so they're just pushing a little too hard, and they just got to get that good lap, and then we're probably going to see these things change around a fair bit here over the next 9 minutes. Arctic is 6th place. We have Kilt currently sitting in 7th. We got Dubs currently sitting in 8th. We've got Steel Reeves currently sitting 9th. Tattooed sitting in 10th. We have Cartier currently sitting back in 11th. But again, we've seen Cartier was just chilling there. He's probably burning off some fuel in that car, making the car a little bit lighter. And then you're going to watch him just rip a lap off. Ninja Kid's just chilling. He's hanging out. Nolander doing the same thing. So... oh, you just broke your glasses? Oh my goodness, Noli. Noli. If you're not going to start the race, make sure you untick yourself before the race starts. Because it'll put you on the grid. Your call though. But yeah, if you're not going to race, make sure you pull yourself off track, bro. Before qualifying ends. You can stay in the lobby, that's cool, but just pull it off track. So, little rubber change there from Badass, as we see it. Alright, so thank you to everyone who is tuning in over on YouTube there as well. We do see you, but for some reason my alerts are not working properly from YouTube last couple days, so we'll have to work on getting that sorted out. I did just get an update on my software that I stream through, so I might have to go tweak a couple settings. Sometimes they put stuff back to default, and I gotta go mess around with it a little bit, so. Badass is looking very strong here, currently sitting in P1. News Tattooed Freak just coming across behind him there, coming up into P4, but now Super Ninja taking pole from Badass in P1 here, so Egon dropping all the way down to 4th place, and this lap's going to be a wash for poor Egon there with that penalty. Specs on a lap here. He's moved up into 6th place, and as I said, some of these guys are just a matter of getting that good couple crisp clean laps in. We're going to see the position swap around here a little bit as each driver gets a little more comfortable with the lines of the track. And again, a little bit of pretty decent power in these Group 4 cars, and they're wide. There's not a lot of racetrack here, so you really got to be really fine on your lines and your braking points. The Dub's looking very good here in 9th place as well. We got Kill sitting top 10. Steel Reeves in 11th. We got Cartier here. I don't think Cartier's even put a lap in yet. So within the last probably 4 minutes, we'll see Cartier start ripping around the racetrack. Got Nolander here sitting in 13th place. He's back on track, so he's got his glasses fixed there, which is fantastic. Ninja Kid's just chilling in the pits there. And Ninja's going to go in for a new set of rubber as well. So you see these drivers will do that throughout qualifying. You may see some of them pit a couple times. They'll go run 2-3 hot laps. They'll empty some of the fuel out in the car. They'll go put a fresh pair of tires on. They'll rip around the racetrack, and because the cars are a little bit lighter on fuel with all that brand new grip on the tires, essentially in theory you should be able to go faster. So that's why we see the drivers coming into pits on qualifying, if any of you guys were wondering what was going on there. And that's just because the drivers want to take advantage of having a lighter car on fresh tires. So, and as you can see, Badass just coming across there, taking P1 back from Super Ninja, and again, lighter car, soft tires. So, being able to improve on that time. GBG Jake now sitting in P2. We got Super Ninja currently sitting in P3, but he is just chillaxing here for a second as well. Cabbage is currently sitting in P4. We have Egon in P5. We got Tattooed sitting in P6. We've got Spec right behind him in P7. He's going to get a penalty for that most likely. We got Arctic Wolf sitting in P8. Dubs still looking good there in P9. Kilt looking strong as well in P10. Steel Reeves just behind these guys in P11. Cartier is in P12, but he has not really put a real good solid hot lap in yet either, so we'll wait to see what he's got for the field. Nolander coming in, burning off some penalty juice there, and Ninja Kid back on track. Yeah, my Cabbages is the best. He's a fantastic racer. It's an absolute privilege to have him on track with us here at DMJ. Again, big shout out to the partners here at DMJ, Vroom 2, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to LWR Designs, Fanatec, and GT Omega Racing, D-Dot Racing, and of course myself presented here with GT45 Gaming. All a big part of what DMJ Vroom does here, bringing leagues to the United Kingdom and North America. And if you want more information on what is coming in the future, obviously with Gran Turismo 7 out, there's probably big questions about what's happening with DMJ moving forward. Go ahead and check that out on their website at www.dmjvroom with a V, room.com. And it is on linked, obviously, in the pinned comments on the Facebook page, and I should go do that in the YouTube page as well. I'll go throw that in there for you guys right now while I have a chance. Second here. I'm doing this off my phone, so it's taking longer. There we go. Alright, fantastic stuff. Alright, so we still have Badass currently sitting in P1. We will see Cartier now on a aggressive lap here next time he goes across that start-finish line as well, so we'll see where he ends up as he's going to take his first real hot lap here, so hopefully she's a clean, crisp one. A little bit risky relying on 1 or 2 laps, but we'll see how it works out for him. We have Cabbages currently sitting in 4th. Tattooed Freak pulling into the pit here. Egon still sitting in 6th place. Spec in 7th. Looking like Spec's just chilling. We got Arctic in 8th, Dubs in 9th, Mr. Kilt Racer in 10th place. He's just chilling, as you can see those spinners on his on the back of the McLaren there. We got Nolander here in 11th, Steel Reeves in 12th, Ninja Kid moving up into P3, 13th, and Cartier still sitting in 14th. Let's jump on with Cartier here as he's coming around, because Cartier is really the only one that hasn't put in a proper lap yet, so this is essentially going to be Cartier's proper lap right here. It looked like he had made an attempt when he was burning fuel out there, but he must have potentially clipped a wall, maybe got a penalty, and it just didn't work out for him. So it does look like he does have some damage on the front end of that McLaren there, so let's see if we could get a little peeksies here. Yeah, it does. It looked like he missed. It looked like he got into a wall pretty good there in the front end of that car. Boys have been practicing about to put a whooping on you. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, Spec. We'll see how that goes. It's been pretty quiet in the old practice lobbies this week, man. I'm not going to lie. Just a couple of these guys, so. So we do see Jake now sitting in P1. Cabbage is now sitting P2. Badass dropping down to P3 there as well. So we're just going to stick with Cartier here as he's coming around. And when Cartier comes around, that will be basically the end of qualifying. So we'll rip through the field real quick once he gets around. But Cartier is a very quick driver here, so we'll see how he's adjusting from his GT7 grind this weekend back into GT Sport here. This is not an easy racetrack either, ladies and gentlemen. Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop is a fairly complicated course. There's a lot of high-speed corners and just a lot of tight sections. So as you can see here with this little tight little S sector there, a little chicane sector, the Cartier just came through, and then coming down with a tight left-hand corner coming up to the start-finish line. You get a little too much speed there, you pick up a massive penalty there. It looked like he just got the perfect amount of wall touch there. So where's Cartier going to come out here? Cartier does move up into P5 there. So we've got Jake sitting in P1. We've got Cabbages sitting P2. We've got Badass sitting in P3. Actually, Badass looks like he's on a lap here still, so let's stay with Badass. He's coming around in that blue Apex Racing Ferrari there. Ooh, it does look like somebody's been practicing. He really had a great line coming through that S there. And a really, really gorgeous exit there as well. No wall touch there. Great, maximizing on his exit speed there. So what's Apex Badass is going to stay in P3 there. So Super Ninja in P4. We have Cartier sitting P5. We have Tattooed in P6. We've got Egon in 7th. Spec in 8th. Dub starting 9th. Arctic starting 10th. Kilt will be 11th. Nolander will be starting 12th, with Ninja Kid sitting in 13th, and Steel Reeves in 14th position. So 14 out of 15 drivers are starting this race today, ladies and gentlemen. So far, so good. Knock on wood. Everything's been working fantastic tonight. So it's race time. We all like a good race. So yeah, we did have the computer audio on, which is why the alerts were so loud, ladies and gentlemen, so I do apologize for that. We have that sorted as well now, so everything should sound prim and proper moving forward through the race here. So qualifying is officially ended here, and these drivers will be getting underway. So 40-minute endurance, ladies and gentlemen, and GVG Jake and Cardierwes, current points leaders, tied for first place with 140 points each into the race, and one of the two drivers sitting currently in pole. So good luck to all our drivers as we're about to get a race going, ladies and gentlemen. So lights are up, engines are roaring. Yeah, me too. That was really loud in my earphones too. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. We are green, green, green. And Jake gets a really, really good start here. But we're going to actually kind of keep our eye on through the mid-pack here as we're coming down the straight. What a great shot. Look at all these cars, 3 and 4 wide, coming up the first, coming into the first corner. This could get a little ugly here. So let's see how everybody handles this coming out of turn 1. We see one car making a little bit of contact with the wall there. Everybody got through pretty darn clean. Absolutely great stuff by all the drivers here, as everybody survived turn 1 at Tokyo off the grid start. We're off, ladies and gentlemen. So it's race time. Let's get this going. We wanted to watch that closely, obviously, due to a couple of reasons. There are red flag situations in the race. So we see a little bit of contact there between Dubs and Nolander, as Nolander went to go on the outside, and I don't think Dubs quite seen him back there, and just touched him a little bit coming into the corner. What a great shot coming into this very high-speed right-hand corner here. And Kilt is now just chilling there in the back of the pack. Now, some drivers opting to be very, very offensive, defensive early in a race, and some drivers do opt to be very, very cautious early in the race. So once the first 2-3 minutes settle in, 2-3 laps settle into the race, 5-6 minutes approximately, you'll see everybody start to settle in, and then you will see some good hard racing going on, as we do see Cabbages trying to take Jake on the inside, coming into the hairpin here, and he is going to get this move done. So GVG Jake losing P1 to Apex Racing's Cabbages very early in, midway through the first lap here. So great job by Cabbages to get ahead of Jake in a hairpin. He's going to now take P1, so Jake is now on the hunt. We see Cardierwes moved up from P5 to P3 very early on in the race here, and that was a really great move by Cabbages. There was Badass very close to toe, and then we've got Ninja and Egon just behind that group, sitting in 5th and 6th here. So Slipstream is going to play a factor. We got Spec now up in 7th, Tattoo just behind him back in 8th. So those two drivers swapping positions as well. Arctic sitting in, I believe, his starting position. We got Dubs in 10th with Nolander just behind in 11th. And Nolander's looking very racy tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have Steel Reeves up in 12th from P14. Kilt has moved up to P13. And then we've got Ninja Kid here up in the back of the pack in 14th position. So all the drivers looking very strong so far this evening. Let's get you guys some race information here so you guys can all see what's going on. Ninja is fighting a little bit of damage here. So again, we do see, as the rules state, Ninja Kid will have to wait till lap 5 before he's actually going to be able to pit that car and change those tires and get that damage fixed. So Ninja Kid is going to be in for a little bit of a tough drive here. But Ninja Kid's a quick driver. I don't suspect that he won't be back in this fight in no time. And also, we now have Cartier, who's moved up into P2. So let's see if we can catch that move or if we missed it. We just missed that move, unfortunately. My bad, you guys. As it is very hard to see everything that's going on track when you got 14 drivers on track. So we have Cartier starting to put pressure down on my Cabbages here now. So I'm not sure what happened to Jake, but he is down back into P4 position here now. So we now have Cabbages and Cardierwes battling for P1, and Cartier is absolutely going to go off on the inside here, and he is going to get that done on Cabbages, but that gives Badass an opportunity to get in behind his teammate there. So are we going to see the Apex crew work together here to work their way back around Cartier, or are these three drivers all going to work together to try and pull away from the rest of the pack? So quite a few position swaps very early on in the race here. Cartier is looking very strong here early on tonight. They're sitting in P1, looking very quick. Cabbages has been looking very fantastic tonight here as well, with Badass looking strong as always in 3rd place. GVG Jake again is tied for the points lead at the moment, moving into round 6 with Cardierwes sitting in 4th, with Egon all up in his business here, currently sitting in 5th place as well. So moving down the field, we do have Super Ninja sitting in 6th place. This is LJ Super Ninja's first full-time positional spot in DMJ Vroom Room this year, in the series this season, as he is taking over for Formula 1. So the way that's going to work, ladies and gentlemen, is Super Ninja is now building right off of what Formula 1 started on, and will finish off the season with what he adds on to Formula 1's points. So congratulations to Super Ninja for graduating up from the reserve. Woo! And oh, that's going to be trouble. That's spelling trouble for Ninja. So he's going to have to make a pit there. We have Tattoo currently sitting in 6th place as well. We have Arctic in 7th. Spec currently sitting in 8th. Nolander in 9th. We have Dubs in 10th place now. Kilt in 11th. We see Ninja Kid sitting in 12th, Steel in 13th, and I think Ninja's having some, potentially having some form of connection issue here, so I'm not sure what's happened with Ninja, but hopefully everything sorts itself out. But he is safely off the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen, so he is not in danger of interfering with any of the drivers coming around. Hopefully whatever the issue is does get sorted out for Super Ninja. So Cartier still maintaining the lead, and I believe we have a saved replay for that pass. So we have Cartier coming into the hairpin here for that positional change just a lap ago there, and coming into the inside of the hairpin, and really great job there by the two drivers to get through there nice and crisp and clean. So that is where we're at right now, with Cartier still currently in the lead. Cabbage is sitting in second place. Teammate Badass right behind him there. And now we have Egon, who has now moved up into fourth place there as well. And got himself a nice juicy little penalty there. And another juicy penalty there. So, yeah, Tokyo's not being very friendly to some of the drivers. Scott Arthur McDowell coming in with the thumbs up. How you doing, Scott? Much love, brother. Appreciate everybody popping in. We got Spec over on YouTube. We got Damn It Meg Games over on YouTube as well, ladies and gentlemen. So, moving through the grid here, looking for some battles. So, we got a little juicy battle here between Tattooed, Arctic Wolf, and Spec 1 here. So let's stick with this little mid-pack battle here for a moment. See if anything develops here as we are with Tattooed Freak here. So let's jump on board and see what Tattooed sees here out the back window, as he has teammate Arctic Wolf just behind him here in that Ferrari. So that's going to be somewhat of a comforting feeling in a sense. But just in behind Arctic Wolf right there is Rockefeller Racing Spec 1, and then Goldfinger Gaming's Nolander just in behind that. So juicy little battle starting to develop here for 6th, 7th, 8th, and potentially 9th place as these drivers are starting to close up on each other here. And you can see Spec is really just bobbing back and forth there. And it's not necessarily that he's trying to make a move on Arctic right this second. He's just trying to keep some clean air in the front end of that car so he can get his steering and braking inputs when he wants them here driving behind another car on the track. So we are, I had a suspicion. I was watching that up on the radar. So let's go see what happens here as Cabbages does go to make the move on the outside of Cartier. Does get that done. A little bit of help from Badass there. I think Badass just gave him a little bit of a push to help get him through there quick. So Cartier now dropping back down to P2 from Cabbages there with a little bit of assistance from teammate Badass to get that move done. But now Cabbages is down into P3. So let's stick with the front three drivers here for the moment, as obviously these three are having a juicy little battle here. So there's a lot happening on the racetrack right now. We'll try to get as much of it as we can, ladies and gentlemen. GT45 Gaming, Damn It Meg Games. Good night to you this game. Good PlayStation 4 ask. Yes, very good game, my friend. This is a Gran Turismo Sport, though. This is the older version. This isn't the new one that just came out. This is a series that still has 5 weeks left here on Gran Turismo Sport. So, very good game, though. Lots and lots of people will play the game. And we are doing an official league race here, actually, right now, Scott, ladies. So, yeah, great game when you're able to do stuff like this and get people from all over the world on track to race against each other for prizes at the end of the season. So, a fantastic game. Gran Turismo Sport's a fantastic game for PlayStation. You can play it on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. And same as the new Gran Turismo 7 that just got released on Friday as well. So, it's a very good battle at the front. Oh no! And we lost Spec 1, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that is gut-wrenching. Oh, so we have lost Spec 1. That is heartbreaking for Spec 1, ladies. And ooh, a little bit of contact there between Badass and Cartier. Sorry, bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. We do have that mark. We will get absolutely back to that move in a second here. There is a great battle for P1, 2, and 3 here. So we have lost Spec 1 in the race, ladies and gentlemen, and he has blue screen. And based off past history here so far this season in the series, unfortunately, that's going to be a just a DNF. Sorry guys, just dealing with a message here. Alright, so let's see what happened. Let's get back through our grid here. Let's get back to that move real quick here. And then we'll go through our grid here real quick. So, did we miss it? I think we missed it. No, we did catch it. So, yeah, this is when Badass went around Cartier there. Cartier just went to go turn in, and Badass just getting through there. So, a little bit of contact there. Nothing major. And then Cartier must have gotten back around Badass just shortly thereafter, as we don't have that mark. So, we aren't going to be able to see that response from Cartier unless it's in the replay here. But Cartier is currently back sitting in P1. Came out on Friday. This past Friday, Scott. Alright, so Badass is now in P1. We got Cartier P2. We've got Cabbages in P3. These guys are just not giving up on each other at all. It is corner for corner, battle for battle, position change for position change here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. So we are just going to run through our field here real quick, and then we'll get back to this. We have Jake in 4th place. So let's start over. We have Cartier currently sitting in P1. We have Badass now sitting 2nd, with Cabbages still sitting in 3rd. We have GVG Jake sitting in 4th. We've got Egon sitting in 5th place. We have Tattoo currently sitting in 6th. We've got Nolander up into P7 here. Arctic doing a great job in P8. A little bit of a glitch going on there from Arctic. Hopefully everything settles down there for him. We got Kilt up into 9th place. We've got Dubs looking very solid in 10th here as well. Ninja Kid is now up into 11th there as well. We have Steel Reeves currently sitting in 12th, and what looks to be like Super Ninja's just opting to retire here as he just sees the car in the pits. So that is what we do ask the drivers to do if they're if they're having an issue maybe with their equipment or anything like that. We just do ask them to go into the pits and just sit there for the remainder of the race. Just again, the game is old with the new launch of the new game. We're just trying to do everything we can to make sure that the lobby doesn't crash. So thank you, Ninja. We do appreciate that, my guy. Thank you very much for just parking in the pits for the race. Much love, appreciate that, huge respect. And respect, my guy, heart-wrenching brother. That sucks, my guy. You better practice next week. You're gonna have to come in for that P1 now, my guy. Go get them, boys. Oh, the blue screens have been really bad lately on Gran Turismo Sport, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, is it possible that we can move the series over to GT7? Yes, it is possible. Do all the series drivers have the game? I believe they do. It's not intended to happen that way. We do plan on finishing the series out in GT Sport. However, if GT Sport continues to have lobby issues, we may actually be forced to finish the season over on GT7. So we will see how that goes. It's going to be taken on a week-to-week basis. And, of course, based off of what the designers of the series, which is DMJ Vroom, wants to see moving forward. If this becomes an issue, of course, blue screens have started to become a pretty big issue on Gran Turismo Sport as of late. I blue screened a couple weeks ago in a league race of my own as well that I was participating in. And, of course, several members of the community and the series here as well have had similar issues in other leagues and other lobbies outside of this race today as well. So, it's something that is definitely in the back of my mind as we move forward throughout the rest of the season here. But we'll keep everybody updated if we make any big changes like that through the community, of course through DMJ Vroom, of course through GT45 Gaming's page over on Facebook, Discord, and YouTube. So Cardierwes now starting to build a little small gap on Apex's Badass here, as he's just got him just outside the slipstream right at the moment. But Cartier does clip that wall a little bit. It's gonna be interesting to see if he picks up a penalty for that there. Doesn't look like he's going to, so just clipping it enough to gently enough not to pick up a penalty there. Badass in 2nd, Cabbages is in 3rd. We have Jake in 4th and Egon in 5th. So a little clarification in case you're new to the series, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers have one full lap around the racetrack from the point they pick the penalty up. So if they pick a penalty up in this corner per se, as an example, you won't receive the penalty, of course, until you get around the sector here. You pick up the penalty right about this point here. If you pick a penalty up in that sector, they will have until the next lap at the same spot they got the penalty for to burn the penalty off. So, of course, the officials do watch for that when they do the officiating of the race. We have Tattoo we've seen in 6th place. We've got Arctic in 7th. We've got Kilt in 8th. We've got Ninja Kid up in the P9. Dubs in 10th place there, making just a slight incident there. And actually, it doesn't look like he picked up massive damage there. So, fortunate there for Dubs. So, he's back on the road and at her again there as well. We got Nolander here currently in 11th as well. And still in 12th place. So, we got Super Ninja's car retired, having some kind of issue in the pits. Team is working on the car, ladies and gentlemen. Great comments as always. Goes much love, Paul. Appreciate you, brother. This looks like fun. Wish I was in the race. Ah, well, sometimes it is what it is, my guy. We all got real life, unfortunately. We can't just race all the time, even though we all want to. I know. So, this P1, P2, P3 train is just fantastic to be watching, as we have Cardierwes still holding the lead from second place Badass, who is just behind Cartier in the point standings as well. And Cabbages has been climbing up that point standing board race by race here as well. So all three of these drivers obviously not wanting to give another position up to the next guy behind them. So we're definitely not going to see the end of this battle yet, I don't think. We have Jake here just behind with Egon still in tow. 5 seconds behind the lead pack here. And Egon is just behind Jake there as well. So we are assuming that we're probably going to start seeing some pit stops here in the near future. Typically throughout the series we've been seeing the drivers pit within the first 15 to 20 minutes of the race. And then we may see them pit again with about 10 minutes left, or you may see the odd driver attempt a one stop. Sometimes it's feasible, sometimes it's not. All depends on what tire compound is required for the race. This week it is the hard tire, as we do see Nolander is on that hard tire right now. And the driver's only required to run that hard tire for one full circuit lap. So the drivers do need to pass the start-finish line at speed on that hard tire before that hard tire counts as their stint. So they cannot go into the pits, take the hard tire, rip around the racetrack, pit right away, and then get off of it. They do have to go all the way back around that track one more time, and then they can pit and get off that tire if that's what they choose to do. We do see some different tire strategies. We see Cartier here is on the soft tire here. We see Badass is also on the soft, and Cabbage is also on the soft. I'm not that surprised. And then we see Jake on racing hard tire here. And we see Egon now coming into the pits for his first stop. So we'll stick with Egon as he's coming into pit lane here. And we see Tattooed Freak coming in just behind Egon there as well. So, Tattooed Freak is the man behind Apex Racing, ladies and gentlemen. So, he is the guy who runs Apex Racing. He does have quite a few series drivers in the championship series here this season. They started with 3, and they've added a couple from the series since then. So, that's why you see so many Apex Racing gentlemen on the track here right now. So, as we see Egon now coming out. I'm not sure where Tattooed went here. We lost him. He came out in 6th place. So Tattooed actually coming out ahead of Egon in pit lane there. So a little bit of strategy from Tattooed to get that spot on Egon. And Nolander in 8th place. We see Kilt now coming into the pits as well. And Arctic Wolf coming in behind him in as well. And then we just seen Arctic leave the pit lane. So he's going to come out in 9th. And Kilt is going to come out in 10th. So let's get to the back of the field here. We do have Steele Reeves. He's looking real strong and solid here in P11. We got Dubs in P12. Looking like he's taken on a fresh set of tires. He's gotten that car all fixed. And the crew is still working on Super Ninja's car there. So Cardierwes now starting to gain a bit of a sizable lead here on Apex Racing's Badass, and Cabbages in P2 and P3 behind him here. So I'm not sure if maybe one of those two drivers just had a little bit of a slip up coming in one of the corners and just losing a little bit of speed, and Cartier just taking advantage and able to get away, or Cartier just straight up picked up the pace and been like, yeah, you catch me if you can. So we do see Cartier now coming into the pits, and Badass and Cabbage is opting to stay out and run another lap or 2 or 3 or whatever it is that they choose to do here. Judging by the fuel they got, they could probably go for a couple more yet. We do see Jake also coming into the pit lane now, so we do see Cartier here getting some fresh skin on that race car. And gonna toss a little bit of petro into the old girl, and he'll be on his way here again. So let's jump on with Jake here as well. Same deal for Jake. You can see he was really low on fuel there. So Cartier now leaving pit lane here, so he does get out into P3. Jake is probably going to come back out in P4 here, which is correct. We do see Ninja Kid now coming into pit lane here as well. Definitely didn't have the fuel, so now able to get that car all fixed up here as well. So he'll be able to start cruising along very nicely. Got Nolander now also opting to come into pit lane here, get off his hard tire stint as well. So let's get up to the front of the race here. So we do have Badass currently leading the race, but he will be making a stop here in the next lap or two. And Cabbages will be doing the same thing, teammate behind there as well. So, and again, for those of you who are wondering, my Cabbages is Pie Show. For those of you who have been watching the series throughout the since the beginning. I just did a name change when he joined Apex Racing, and is now my Cabbages, ladies and gentlemen. So just in case you're wondering, we do have Mr. Paul Twig coming in with that big thumbs up. How you doing, Paul? I am absolutely enjoying GT7. How about you yourself? Fantastic game, GT7. They did a fantastic job. And I can't wait to move DMJ Season 2 over to GT7 and really have some fun. So, going to be interesting to see how everything works out there. We still have 4 weeks left here in the Weapon of Choice Season 1 here at GT45 Gaming. So, should be plenty of time for Gran Turismo 7 to get all the finer details fine-tuned for the lobbies. And we should be good to go when it comes time to start scheduling the next season. So, kind of purposely planned that way. We just got to hope that the GTS servers hold up long enough for us to finish out our season here properly. So we do see Cabbages actually comes out ahead of Badass in pit lane there. So a little bit of strategy coming from teammate Cabbages there in front of Badass, but Cartier is right up in behind these two drivers. So really no time gain or no time loss in a sense from any of these drivers, I guess. They just swapped some positions at this point, and Cabbages basically getting ahead with about a 2-second gap. So Cabbages does benefit from the round of pit stops there, grabbing P1 from Cartier and Badass. So we see Cartier is now in front of Badass. Let's see if we can find what happened there. We see Badass just clipped the wall a little bit there. And Cartier just got a better run, and Badass looked like he just kind of got out of Cartier's way, let him go by, tuck into that slipstream, and race on. So great job by Badass there to have that awareness, to realize that Cartier was coming in hot, let him go around, get in the slipstream, pick up that speed you lost, and continue on. So we see Badass making a move on the inside of Cartier here now. Ooh, Badass not quite able to hold the line, just tap a Cartier there. Looking like Badass may have actually given the position to Cartier there, as it did look like Badass let up on the throttle just a little bit there to say sorry for the tap. So Cartier up into P2, Badass now back into P3 here. Race on again. So great stuff by the drivers there. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is this isn't just a group of competitors here. This Weapon of Choice season series drivers this season. These guys are a legit family. They practice together. They share strategies together. They hang out together. They play GT7 together. They've become a really super tight knit community, and I love that. I love seeing that, and it shows on the racetrack as well. So, and it just showed right there. Badass making some contact with Cartier. Realizing he made a little bit of a mistake there, went into the corner just a little bit too hot, and opting to give Cartier that position and race him for it all over again. So just great respect by the drivers on track for each other and off the track, and it's just an absolute pleasure to be able to present these races with these drivers on track week in and week out for you guys, because seriously, they're absolute legends, these guys. Every single week, every single night of the week, these guys are legends, and absolutely honored, ladies and gentlemen. They're absolutely fantastic dudes. So we have Dubs here in 11th. Nolander chasing Dubs down in 12th place here. So, it doesn't matter where on the track we are here today. We have a battle going on somewhere. So Cabbages is trying to drive away here on that in that Ferrari for Apex Racing here. So about a 4-second gap now over second place is Cardierwes. Cartier opting to jump onto that mandatory tire here for this run and get that stint over with. So seeing a little bit of a different strategy from a couple of the drivers throughout the field here after that first round of pit stops. We've got Badass here sitting in P3. on a little bit of a different strategy than the drivers in front of him. We have Jake here in 4th place, who was on a different strategy to start the race than the drivers in front of him. So now he's on the hunt to make up some positions and some time in 4th place. Pardon me, Chad. I apologize. I got a hiccup here. Hopefully this goes away. Tattooed is now up in a P5, and Tattooed looking strong as always. Just seeing different strategies from all the drivers here tonight. So Egon here sitting in P6 still as well. Ninja Kid looking very good in P7. Again, reserving for Vegas Paula here this evening. Arctic Wolf sitting in P8. We've got Steel Reeves in P9. We've got Nolander now up into P10. So him and Dubs have swapped positions here at some point in the back end of the race here. We have Dubs here again with beautiful cancer support and veteran support livery there, and showing the love to the page. Much love, Dubs. Appreciate you, brother. We got Kilt here as well, showing all that love to DMJ and the page here. Just all these drivers showing the love to the series, and just love seeing these liveries on track. It's absolutely great stuff. And Kilty is in autopilot mode here for a second, so maybe having a slight connection issue at the moment. You never know what's going on with these GTS servers. We got 12.5 minutes left of the race, so hopefully we can get it all in, and that'll make me happy. And we'll sort the rest out within the 24-hour period after the race. So we got GVG Jake here in 4th place. He is trying to chase down Apex Racing's Cabbages here. Slowly starting to pick up some time. Sorry, Badass, not Cabbages. Sitting in P3. So he is starting to slowly gain some time on Badass there up in front. We have Tattooed in 5th place. He is losing a little bit of time to the driver in front at the moment. We have Egon currently sitting in 6th. Looking very solid there. So he has a little bit of a distance between him and the next driver. Ninja Kid, same thing. But again, some of these drivers are going to pit again, so it's going to jumble everything right back up. And I mean, that's exactly the way the series is designed, ladies and gentlemen, to make these drivers pit a couple of times, to group the field back up a little bit, make sure there's always some good racing action going on throughout the field. And when you got drivers with very similar pace on track all throughout the field, then it does typically make for some pretty good battles up and down the racetrack. So Kilt here up in P12, going into pit lane, saying, yeah, no, we ain't doing this. We're going to get some damage fixed up. And again, some of these drivers could just be struggling adjusting coming from GT7 to GT Sport. Some of these drivers just may not have gotten enough practice in with playing a new video game, and then or some of these drivers just might be having a rough race. It happens. It happens to the best of us, that I can assure you. So Cabbage is looking very strong up in P1, 4 seconds ahead. Cartier was starting to reel him in slightly, but now he's just starting to lose a little bit of time off, but not too bad. And Badass is about 5 seconds behind Cartier here in P3. And then we have Jake up in P4. Now Jake is starting to catch Badass. So let's jump on board with Jake here. Let's go into the beautiful cockpit mode here, as Jake charges towards Badass. That's about the only closest thing we have for a battle at the moment on track here. So we'll stick with Jake here for about a half a lap, see if he can reel in Badass, and then I think what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is we'll jump on board with our race leader, and we'll do a onboard lap with our race leader as he goes around Tokyo as well. We're just watching where the race leader is on track here at the moment. So once he gets to that point where he's going to be making that final corner, we will switch it on back over to our race leader here. And Jake is going to try and get this move done, coming into the sweeping triple right-hander here, and then coming out. But Badass defending the position very beautifully and keeping Jake in behind him there. So Jake is going to try and opt for an outside run on Badass, and actually does manage to get that done quite easily. So really good move there by Jake around Badass. We're going to take a quick look at that again, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will jump on board with our race leader, Cabbages, and do an onboard around South Tokyo South Inner Loop. So really great stuff there by GVG Jake, just catching a little piece of the wall there. So we're gonna, oh, well, okay, we're not gonna do an onboard with Cabbages as he's coming into pit lane, so we're gonna move forward and we'll jump in with our current race leader, then Cardierwes, and do an onboard with Cardierwes. Timing, Cabbages, timing, my boy, timing. It's all about the timing. So we'll jump on board here with Cardierwes, and while Cardierwes is running his lap here, ladies and gentlemen, I will just go silent and let you enjoy this quick lap around Tokyo South Inner Loop here. So one full lap with our current race leader, Cardierwes, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, an onboard lap around Tokyo South Inner Loop with our current race leader, Mr. Cardierwes, ladies and gentlemen. We got CC Sim up in the house coming in with that big thumbs up. How you doing, CC Sim Racing? Much love, much love. We got Jesse coming in with the thumbs up, and Belvoir Winery and In coming in with that big thumbs up as well. Much love. Appreciate all the support. Everybody tuning in. We have just a little over 5 minutes remaining here in our 40-minute race here tonight with DMJ Vroom, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1, Weapon of Choice, North American Division, Round 6. And Cardierwes is currently tied with the driver trying to chase him down, GVG Jake, for first in the overall standings moving into Round 6 here. Both these drivers are tied in the standings with 140 points each, as Jake was the recipient of the Sportsmanship Award after Round 5, ladies and gentlemen, picking up a bonus 5 points, and this was voted on by the drivers. So, DMJ Vroom, the partners, the sponsors, myself, none of us had anything to do with this vote. This was done by all the drivers in the series, including the reserves, and they all voted on Jake to get the Sportsmanship Award for Round 5, and the reason being, ladies and gentlemen, is because Jake is always the first guy to open up a lobby. He's always the first guy to jump on track with somebody who needs help. He's always the first one to share a strategy. And he's just an all-around team player. And the guys thought that that's pretty awesome of Jake and decided to reward all his effort and all his help and say thank you for everything you're doing so far this season and awarding him 5 bonus points. So we will have that draw again in round 9, ladies and gentlemen. So in round 9 there will be yet another vote, and again this will be done by the drivers for another Sportsmanship Award, and again another 5 points will be issued out by DMJ Vroom for the chosen driver selected by the drivers on that vote as well. So there is still a bonus 5 points up for grab for one of these drivers here in the series yet this year. Whether they be at the top of the point standing or the bottom of the point standings is really irrelevant. It's just kind of what the drivers feel like at the time. It could be a most improved driver, maybe. It could be a number of things. In this instance, it was they decided to go with a driver who's gone above and beyond the call of duty to help out the rest of his competition, essentially. And so that's why Jake was awarded the Sportsmanship Award from round 5. So that did tie him with Cardierwes for first place. And currently it's going to be looking like we're going to be having a battle between Jake and Cardierwes for the race win here today as well. So things are getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as Cartier is opting to ride it out. And Jake is coming like a bull seeing red right now. Jake is just flying. That was a 5-second gap 2 minutes ago. He's now got that down to 3.2 seconds. So he is gaining on Cartier. But now Cartier is coming up on another car coming into the bridge here. So I'm not sure, is Cartier going to use that car to slipstream here? Or no, he's going to have to just get around here. Now, again, we did say at the beginning of the race that the drivers are going to have to remain patient here in Tokyo due to the nature of the racetrack. It is a city circuit, so it's surrounded by walls on both sides. And in a lot of places, it's a very narrow racing circuit. It's not easy to make passes here. So really great job by our first place driver, Cardierwes, and Arctic sitting here in 11th place to navigate that situation very, very cleanly and respectfully between the two drivers. But now Apex is going to have second place driver Jake coming down on him also to have to think about doing the same thing for here as we're coming into a very technical part of the racetrack here. So it's going to be interesting to see where Jake catches up to Arctic Wolf here and see how he is going to be able to navigate this. And you can see he can see Cartier around some of the points on the racetrack here. So Jake is, I mean, any racer that plays Gran Turismo Sport, Gran Turismo 7, Forza, iRacing, ACC, when you've got 2.5 minutes of a race left and you can see the driver you're trying to catch, you find a whole new gear all of a sudden. However, with that being said, it does cause you to make mistakes as well. So Badass is currently sitting in 3rd place. We have Tattooed Freak sitting in 4th. We're going to get through the field here quick. We have Cabbages dropping down to 5th place after his pit stop there. We have Egon in 6th place still. We have Ninja Kid now up to P7. Nolander is up into P8. He has looked really good tonight. Dubs sitting in P9 as well with Steel Reeves in 10th. And Arctic Wolf sitting in 11th place. And we see 2 drivers now having some mechanical failures with the cars with Kilt and Ninja. Both with the cars up on the jacks. The crews are looking at those cars here. So a couple of the racers having some issues on track here tonight. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to get back out on track here for the evening's race. But crews are working hard there, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. So great job to all the crews, of course, behind the scenes as well. But we are coming near the end of our race here, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have Mr. Cardierwes in 1st place. Steel Reeves is now in between him and Jake in 2nd place, as well as Arctic Wolf is also in between here. So Jake has a little bit of work to do in order to gain that time to catch Cartier here, but I don't think Jake is trying to force the issue. I think Jake realizes that he's running out of time here, and this is going to, I believe, be it. Or is Cartier going to get another spin around the track here? It is going to be close. This could no, this will be the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. So when Cartier does cross the line here, this will be the end of the race. So round 6's winner, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Mr. Cardierwes, and this is actually Cardierwes' first win of the season, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. So congratulations, Cartier, on a very, very strong first place finish. As we see Reeves coming through in 11th there. We see Jake just coming across sideways in 2nd place with Nolander in front in 8th as well. Moving forward to Badass with Tattooed Freak all on him. Is Tattooed going to make the move? No, Badass is going to take 3rd place. Tattooed is going to stay in 4th behind his teammate there. Congratulations to the Apex Racing team coming 3rd, 4th, and what looks to be 5th place here, as another strong finish by Cabbages here as well this series. Egon now coming around on 6th, and Egon has an issue, and his name is Ninja Kid, ladies and gentlemen, from RWB here. So Can Egon hold Ninja Kid off coming through the final corners here? Oh, we love to see this coming to the start-finish line. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. So is Ninja, it's going to drag race it. They're drag racing, and oh, Ninja Kid gets 6th. Ninja Kid steals 6th place from Egon right at the start-finish line. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get a look at that again. That was an absolutely fantastic race finish by these two drivers right here as they're coming down. Ninja Kid is in the slip, pulls out, drag race, and ooh, Ninja Kid just comes across ahead of Egon in 6th place. Just stealing that position from Egon. Ooh, what a race finish that was. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we like to see. And Kilt and Ninja going to be finishing in 12th and 13th place here this evening due to some form of issue with the cars here, as you both see them parked it up in the pits. So congratulations to all our drivers. There will be podium interviews. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Do not run away, as we will be jumping in to talk to our top 3 drivers. And we won't take too long to do that, as I do believe Mr. Cartier may have to run to work here, so we don't want to take too long. We want to give him his time in the sun for finishing P1 here. Woo, thanks guys, that was rough. Ninja 11/1000th of a second. That was insane finish. Nolander, great job, brother, man. Great race, Nolander. GG's, guys. So Cartier finishing P1. GVG Jake finishing P2. We got Badass finishing in P3. Tattooed Freak finishing in P4. My Cabbages finishing P5. Ninja Kid finishing in P6. Egon in P7. Nolander will finish P8. Dubs will finish 9th. Arctic will finish 10th. Steel Reeves will finish in P11th. Kilt will finish in 12th place. And Ninja will finish in 13th here today. And unfortunately, we did lose Spec 1 due to blue screen. Really unfortunate there for Spec. So Spec is quite a ways up, close up to the top fight for the standings there. So that's a tough one to swallow for Spec, and he's going to have to really fight moving into round 7 to get reestablished back up into that point standing. So we're just going to do some screenshotting here. So our fastest lap on track today, ladies and gentlemen, is My Cabbages. So congratulations to My Cabbages with fastest lap on track with a 2:02.892. So Cabbages will pick up a bonus 2 points there for fastest lap on track, and of course GVG Jake will pick up a bonus point for finishing in starting on pole position. So I'm just going to flip you guys over to the driver interview screen, and we're going to get these driver interviews going so these guys can move along with their days. Jake, it's 3:30 in the morning for, so let's get up in chat here and talk to our podium finishers, ladies and gentlemen. That was an absolutely great race. Great battle up in top 3 there all race long. And just really great stuff by all the drivers on track. Really great race start. And just a fun race. Just an all-around fun race at Tokyo today. So great job there by all our drivers. So we're going to jump in. We're going to get right into these interviews right away here. And then shut our broadcast down for the evening here. So... well, sometimes it's just meant to be, Nolander. Sometimes it's just meant to be, my guy. Well done, Jake. Cabbages. Cabbages got 5th. He finished 5th. Unofficially, of course. Alright, guys. We're going to rip off podiums right away here, so anybody that needs to go can bolt. Alrighty. And then I'll let you guys do your thing. That was a great race. Great job, guys.
I agree. Just kind of.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are, our podium finishers this evening. In first, Cardierwes. In second, GVG Jake, and in third place tonight, Apex Racing Badass. So we're going to start with our third place finisher with Badass, and congratulations,
Yeah,
Badass. You had a
thank you,
really good race there,
as always.
and a great battle throughout the very large portion of the race for P1, P2, and P3 between you and Cabbages there. So talk us through your race today. How did it feel?
Mm, the first 10 laps felt great, but I can tell you the last 9 laps
Absolutely
felt
tough
like
tire to
crap.
drive on, but I mean, doing a great job there.
The
Just
wear
managing
on the
to hold
tires
P3
was
off from
harsh.
teammate Tattooed Freak there.
Pretty
You two seem to be
getting up to
glued to
like
each
10
other
and
all
11 and
series
12
long in the
laps
races,
there on the
kind of
soft,
swapping
and then
positions back and forth
those
from one
those
round to the next.
hards
It
are
seems. So
atrocious.
struggling
I
with the tires a little
struggled.
bit, but still managing to hold that P3. So congratulations on that. And anybody you want to thank, any sponsors, anything like that?
Thank you. Apex Racing, you obviously,
Absolutely.
all the guys
Really great
for
stuff.
being
And
such great guys to
round
drive
7
with.
next week, ladies and gentlemen, same time. So
DMJ,
expect to see Badass pushing for that podium again, ladies and gentlemen, as he's been
I guess
quite consistent on getting
Fanatec and
his way
GT
on the top
Omega,
3 here this
seems how
series. So
they're the
congratulations,
sponsors
Badass,
of this
and
too.
look forward to seeing what you got next week. All right, so moving over to our second place finisher, who is DMJ Jake, ladies and gentlemen. He's been very strong, especially after the first couple races of the season. He's been showing some very good pace on track, and currently tied coming into round 6 with Cardierwes for first place. So
Thank you.
going to be a little bit of a change in the standings there, but not too much. So congratulations, Jake. Great race. A little bit of a different strategy for you compared to the two drivers that you finished on the podium with. So explain to us what you were thinking there today when you were coming into the race.
I just wanted to get the hard stints out the way. Me personally, I never want to finish the race on the harder or slower tyre, so I always opt for that.
Yeah, well, you looked very strong, and you were catching Cardierwes there near the end of the race, but it kind of almost looked like that you caught up to a little bit of the lap traffic there, and you just kind of made a decision to just save the car and just save your position and just get ready for round 7 there. So again, great drive, Jake, and you've been looking very strong this series, and again, I can't wait to see what you're going to bring to the table in round 7 as well. And anybody you want to thank, anything like that?
Yeah. Indeed. Thank you. You obviously for the comms and putting
Awesome,
on
great
DMJ.
stuff, and I'm definitely gonna let you go as I know it's super late where you are. So thanks for being here as always, Jake, and can't wait to see you next week. All right, so our winner today, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cardierwes. That first place position on that podium has eluded Cartier all season long. He's finally found his way on there. How does it feel, Cartier? How was your race today?
That's not a problem.
Man, finally, it feels great, bro. I honestly didn't expect it coming into this race. I don't like the city tracks too much, but I found a solid pace going through, and it just worked out for me. Especially that qualifying was rough with starting in 5th, and had some battles which wore my soft tires out in the beginning, but I was able to smooth them out towards the end.
Absolutely, looked really good. I had a great battle between you and my Cabbages and Badass for pretty much about a good 20 minutes of the race there as well. It was really fun to watch. So
'cause I saw that time
Congratulations,
trickling
Cardier.
down, and I was
Absolutely
like, here we
thrilled
go
for you to
again.
finally find your way up out of the
But
top of the podium there.
I was
And
able to pull it
definitely
off,
can't
man.
wait to see what
Smooth,
you got to
solid
bring
race,
to the
keep
table
going.
next week as well, as you try to secure that top of the standings moving into round 7 here. So
Yes,
thank you very much. And anybody you want
for
to thank?
sure. For sure. Thank you for
Awesome.
hosting such
And
a fun
thank
week
you
so
very much,
far,
Cartier.
and
Great words from
just thank all the
Cartier there.
competitors.
So you guys are free to speak freely now. And thank you very much for your time, everybody. You should have been able to.
So I'm looking forward to next week.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll check that. We'll check that.
Hey, we couldn't hear Cartier, just so you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you very much for tuning in to us tonight for again yet another bang up job by all our competitors, and two points, 2 for fastest, 1 for pole. No, I didn't. I'll be with you. And just give me about 3 minutes here. I'm just gonna shut the stream down. All right, sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So typically, what we do after a DMJ broadcast is we usually open up a lobby, but I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm still suffering a work injury, and I do need to practice for a race, and so we're gonna do that a little bit off stream. And then we'll be back live tomorrow for a league race at Dragon Trail Seaside Gardens. So that'll be happening. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, massive shout out to all you guys, the viewers, coming in here, hanging out with us, cheering on the competitors. We had some race fans in the YouTube. We had race fans in the Facebook. It was absolutely fantastic stuff. So we love to see that. Keep coming in, cheering on your favorite drivers. We are down to 4 rounds left, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, after next week, it is the chase to the cup, and the top 3 drivers will be receiving trophies for their placements at the end of the season, which is just lovely. We love to give that incentive to the drivers. So they have it, and they're racing hard for it. It's been a great show all season long, from top to bottom, and it's just going to be a great finish to the series. A huge shout out to DMJ Vroom for providing the series, obviously, with our partners LWR Design, Fanatec, and GT Omega Racing. And of course, I am GT45 Gaming, presenting this to you guys here this evening. And we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, and down the road we will be on Twitch as well on a full-time process. But before we do go, ladies and gentlemen, we do have one more thing that I would like to do. And the race tonight was dedicated to a special young man, and I hope that Ibar is watching here tonight, because this is for you, your friend, and her family. So we have dedicated the broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to a young man who's a part of the community who passed away over the weekend. His name is Tristan Still, ladies and gentlemen. He was born in March of 2005 and passed in March of 2022. He was only 17 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute tragic loss of life. And our heart goes out to the family. Our condolences and our prayers go out to the Still family in this massive time of need. And this race is dedicated to Tristan Still and the family. And you know what? He might be lost. He's never forgotten. His soul is burning brighter than ever, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes we fight demons, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fight them on your own. If you're struggling, you're battling your demons and you're struggling, don't do it alone. We're here for you. The community's here for you. The page is here for you. There's somebody here for you. Reach out. Get some help, please. Please don't give in to the demons. Don't give in to your demons, ladies and gentlemen. We love you so much. My DMs are always open. The community's DMs are always open. Don't fight your demons alone, ladies and gentlemen. We love you guys so much. We want everybody to succeed. We want everybody to flourish. And the broadcast tonight is dedicated to the Still family. And we love you guys so much. We're thinking of you. And I hope that I hope that our Heavenly Father provides comfort in your time of need right now with such a tragic loss. And we love you guys so much. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This was round 6 of DMJ Vroom Room. Choice of weapon. Brought to us by DMJ Vroom Room, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the United Kingdom, bringing great leagues to North America here. And we're going to call it here on that note, ladies and gentlemen. You're not alone. Always remember you're not alone. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, stay winning. This is Ghost45 signing off for the night on behalf of GT45 Gaming, DMJ Vroom Room and his partners, LWR Design, GT Omega Racing, and Fanatec. D-Dot Racing as well, ladies and gentlemen, who is the amazing presenter of the series over in the United Kingdom there as well. We thank you very much for your viewership. We thank you very much for your time, and we cannot wait to see you next week. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and 4 races to go, ladies and gentlemen. We crown a champion. So have a fantastic evening, afternoon, or morning, whichever it may be. Make sure you have the Still family in your thoughts and prayers tonight as you go to rest. And we'll be back tomorrow night. We love you all. And Egon coming in with that massive thumbs up. Much love, much love. Nice job, Nolander coming in and says, Paul, some serious lag in the stream and the voice comms. Thanks, Nolander. I'll look into it. And I love you guys. And we'll be